Instrumental in the birth of the Aryan Benevolent Home, the Hindu Mahasabha of South Africa, the first Hindu school in our country, and the pioneers of numerous other social and transformational programs, the Arya Samaj has certainly made an indelible mark in South Africa. Along with its 90th anniversary, the organization also launched Arya Samaj Africa, an initiative to foster stronger bonds of oneness built on the principles of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam and Ubuntu. Sadhana was there to find out more.
In my visit to India for the first International Vedic Conference, where I'm talking about where these initiatives were mentioned, right, and started, an appeal was made that we needed to now have a new vision as to where we go from here. At this conference, there's two things. Firstly, we're bringing together this Arya Samaj, the countries that have Arya Samajas, so we could network, share. And the second most important thing is, how do we work as Indians, as Hindus and Africans in building relations, building bridges.
We are talking on the memorandum of understanding of working and building relations among Arya Samaj families and to make it more like Afro and Indian cultural growth. And in this aspect, we wanted to develop an Arya Samaj Africa.
Here in South Africa, there has been that issue of prolonged, apartheid and segregation and discrimination and all that. And the same thing happened in Kenya. People were forced to adopt the same. And unfortunate, that kind of adoption of that very negative, very narrow way of thinking continued for a very long time. And today, it has been probably a defining factor in creating of relationships. It is high time that people started seeing that that kind of divisive spirit only plays the role of dragging people behind and it's not progressive at all.
We need to look at African value systems, we look at Indian value systems, and they share a lot in common. For both in the African and Indian traditions, we have a strong folklore. When we have marriages, we sing songs, in both traditions. When we have a birth, we sing songs. Even when there's a funeral, there are songs that are to be sung. There's a rich folklore tradition. Then all African cultures, the earth is mother. In India, for everybody, the earth is mother.
The African chapter, where probably Arya Samaj focuses on how to go Africa in its policies and in its way of disseminating its activities. I tend to think that it is high time that the indigenous people of Africa, myself included, realizes that every aspect of an activity that is meant to uplift should be embraced. Africa, not just Africa that is inhabited by the Indian, as in people of Indian origin, is meant to benefit or to kind of, you know, live in accordance with the principles that Maharishi Dayananda was talking about. Because Maharishi Dayananda was very categorical that the Vedas is meant to aid humanity at large, regardless of color, regardless of nationality. It is meant to aid humanity.
This world is such a small world where we can make even breakthrough differences in caste, religion, our backgrounds, our birthrights, because this is all and also showing a sign of integration. We are all linked. No man is an island in his own. And therefore, when we are growing and we are reaching out to people, and at any rate in Arya Samaj, what's the principles? When we look at the principles, Arya means to be noble. And we are creating, Samaj means a society. And we are creating all our society being noble with noble thoughts, actions, words, deeds. And in this, I don't think there is, we need to see our culture or color as being a different or a barrier.
North and the south as the magnetic poles around which and the middle of which Swistakrit. Swister, the English word sweet comes from Swister.
There are the 10 principles that Maharishi Dayananda crafted or laid down to help guide members or those people who would be Aryas. Yeah? And if you look at principle number 3, principle number 5, principle number 9 and principle number 10, if only people got to live according to these principles, we would live in a better world.
As quoted in the Shiv Puran, it is by the wonder of the 5-syllabled mantra that the worlds, the Vedas, the Rishis, the Dharma, the universe and the Devas exist. Om Namah Shivaya is the seed of all the living. We hope you will be making the most of Shivaratri this year. Do join your local temples or bhajan groups and immerse yourself in the divine vibrations of this great night. Until next week, keep up your sadhana. Om Jai Jagadish Hare.